Hello. I am getting the live started on Twitter and waiting for the moderator to jump on, and we will get going in just a moment. Hi, Mike. Thanks for coming. Let's see. Twitter Akashic Live. Oops. Thank you for being patient. Just getting it started on both platforms here. Hi. Thank you for being patient with me while I grabbed my stuff. Good evening or good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're at in the world. Welcome to Friday night Intuitive Akashic Live, and I'm going to be doing an individual mini session for a lovely soul who I somehow implicitly recognized, even though I had no reference for having known this person before. Soul recognition. Before I get started, I am going to state clearly that all Necromaton beetle beings are to leave and not come back. Go through the wormhole that you came in on, back to the Phantom Matrix. There will be a redemption path offered to you. False Andromedan purple is not welcome and is barred from this space. So, hi, thanks for coming. My name's Sarah. I'm a depth quantum energy work practitioner. I specialize in quite a few modalities with the idea of helping you remember your sovereign soul and making a path back to that wholeness. I connect with a number of archetypes and live as a functioning conduit stream for the true and quantum Akash. I'm also a mother of 4, and I like cats and I like to read, and I live the very alchemy that I breathe and teach myself, which means I sit in my own mess and I do not run from it, and I am constantly dying to myself and rebirthing. So I'm being led to go ahead and do the full space setting decree that is not Akashic specific. I'll just add an Akashic specific tidbit on at the end before we enter a beautiful, lovely, I can already see a brilliant bluish green turquoise color associated with the lovely Akashic chamber we'll be visiting today. And I'm just going to jump right in. I decree and declare that this container is created, infused, and protected by the essence and light of Creator, Great Spirit, the Holy and Divine Mother, Father of the Cosmos. I call in and thank with everlasting gratitude the Black Madonna, the Mary, the Mother, the womb and tomb that is the creatrix of all, from whom all real light comes. The first light is the black light of the womb, the tomb, the void. And we thank in everlasting gratitude the solar impulse, Yeshua, as the living embodiment of the Spirit of the Christ currently, for the combined loving support, compassionate and awakened heart, womb, example of the resurrection and rebirth that you have been and continue to be, and the space holding support for the organic life wave of humanity that you continue to selflessly offer us. We thank all the ancestors, both past and future, of those present today for their space holding support and loving guidance. However, in loving but firm decree, I ask and require that only ancestors who have come a specific amount of divinely designed, required evolution back into the wholeness of soul be allowed to participate or guide this journey in any way today. We are here to activate and build upon the wisdom codes that are every cell of these bodies as we presently embody the sum total of all who came before us and everyone who will come after us. As such, in gentle yet firm declaration, all siphoning ancestral spirits, other disembodied humans, or Nephilim, other beings who are without their bodies, trapped in our realms, who are confused or in distortion, all non-human intelligence and AI tracking that is not occurring benevolently with conscious consent, all demonic and alien oppression, suppression, possession, walk-ins that are walking in and walking out, attachments, etheric implants, monitoring and tracking devices, and all other malevolent siphoning extractive technologies and energies, both known and not known to me and those present today, will be guided to the appropriate place in and out and or out of space, time, and time space for the transmutation of the energies of which they are composed. And with this, I am shifting my focus and coming with both confidence of who and what I am and represent, what I have been asked to do, what I am called to do, with a heart of humility to the Akasha as an aspect of the Godhead, and asking to access the organic, living, loving primary substance with which we co-render and co-create all things as pertains to this client as an individual and an interconnected part of the oneness. Okay, so that's been granted. Before I start, I want to remind everybody that I do not channel in a traditional New Age channeling sense. I become and merge. So I may speak about myself on occasion in the third person, but I am not ever letting something else take over my body. I am simply becoming more of all that I already am. And New Age channeling can be very dangerous if you let something else come into your body. That something can be taking genetic material and leaving things behind, which is why I am led again and again by the Akash and the other benevolent energy streams that I work with to speak on this. Benevolent beings never need to use your body. So anyway, like I was saying before about this beautiful soul that I'm doing a session for today, this is a beautiful, one of the clearest, crispest, this beautiful, clear and crisp, clarified bluish green, just like a almost turquoise, almost teal. It's a color that we don't have a name for. This is the essence of your soul. I'm seeing water, a water planet or a water place, a water realm that is very, very close soul overlay. You are having this experience there as you are having an experience here right now. It's all now, it's all quantum, it's all parallel, it's all happening, it's all available to you. So this beautiful color is not only representative of like the current initiation that you're in, it is the actual frequency signature resonance of your soul essence. At least the soul essence that I'm being shown in this Akashic chamber right now. You are more. You are definitely more than just this. We are all infinite. This is apparently a very important part of your current progress and evolution. So it's starting out a little bit differently than the path usually goes with many Akashic readings, but it is important to say that these water beings are similar to it's a different planet or a different place, a different dimensional focus than I have seen these beings on before. But it's kind of like, if I'm going to describe what they look like to me, it's going to be a sort of a cross between a human, or the way a human would currently picture a mermaid or a mer person, and a dolphin. Do note that while dolphins are very evolved, expanded beings that can be considered another version of human consciousness, they have been subject to the fall. It was impressed upon me to be really clear about that. Dolphins and whales on Earth were affected. And when I'm talking about the fall, I am not talking about a fall into sin or any sort of biblical reference. I am talking about the literal physical falling that has occurred when we fell out of proper placement in Andromeda, which is where my current gnosis suggests we used to be placed at or placed within. So this is a really close dimensional life, quantum life overlay that you can receive communication, clarity, activation, remembrance from. I do feel like in that existence, I'm being shown like multiple variations of you in that existence. So you as a child, it is interesting to note that you are female presenting in this life as well. You as a child, you as a mother, the word they are using is pod. You had a pod of 4 or 4 children in this particular existence. Beautiful life, lots of love, lots of peace, lots of joy, and obviously structured extremely differently than our human earth lives are. So I wanted to offer that. It was a beautiful way to open this Akashic session. It's very prevalent for you. So these colors, rather than kind of linking specifically right now to energy centers the way they do for a lot of people when this opens up, or to a specific thing that the Akash has already defined with me, is really indicative of your like soul expression, soul essence. So as I'm feeling into what else, how would this like to come about? Okay, they would like for me to offer that this color that we don't quite have a word for, that does have some blue and does have some green in it, should be felt in your heart. So feel it in the heart and in the coherent heart womb, and allow this is liquid. It's like it is like a liquid plasma. It's thicker than water. It's thicker than yeah, it needs to be thought of liquid plasma love, like much of my work in the cosmic quantum shamanic Akashic realms, the way they interface. It does need to be thought of as a benevolent plasma, and allowing it to begin either at the heart and go both up and down through the body, or receiving it at the soul star or the crown and allowing it to permeate through the rest of the body, flow through the rest of the body is being recommended. You will have some alleviation of some of the symptoms that you have been experiencing and dealing with. The Akash wants me to tell you that you are on a good and responsible path for dealing with, I believe it was anemia. There is work to do within an energy clearing and repair context that could further assist that process, specifically on the gut and the migrating motor complex and the nerves that control the MMC. You're well on your way. There's clearing that could assist and repair work that would assist and quicken the process is what I'm being shown. There is an infusion, and by infusion, the Akash means almost potion, that you are going to make and develop yourself. It will be something that you drink. It will be very, very concentrated in minerals and vitamins. I'm not a doctor, nor am I a medical professional, and I do not give medical advice. I merely offer intuitive physical body suggestions in my role as a psychic and medical intuitive. And I'm going to offer a supplement recommendation that the Akash is showing me for you to feel into. And it is called Ionic Iron. I can see the words, the blue bottle, and Ionic Iron in big letters. I'm not quite sure who the brand is. It may be Trace Minerals that also makes concentrates. It may be a different one. So concentrates, I recommend to almost everyone. There's a fortification that is needed for the adrenals. I feel like I'm being shown that you could use more sodium, and then feeling into and doing some research on the ionic iron, which will not cause constipation the way most iron supplements do. But there's some kind of a nutrient infusion. I think it's already beginning to develop within your field, even if you're not aware of it yet. So what else? I'm just going to kind of flow. I'm thinking about the things that you shared in our messaging. You are a healer, if that's what you want to be. Everything that comes forth in an Akashic session, as with all my work, is simply an offering, because your human free will, autonomy, and sovereignty are acknowledged, respected, and revered. So all of this is an offering. And the wording that you used about being a healer, what the Akash would like me to say to you is that what you want? And do you believe it? And therein lies your answer. If that's what you want, and you choose to know that that is the truth about you, you will continue to know, believe, become and remember. As far as Reiki is something I occasionally discuss at length with my depth quantum clients. If you are needing assistance in furthering Reiki practice, I am not a Reiki practitioner. My work, I know that's a place a lot of people kind of enter at. My work immediately initiated me very rapidly. But I have lots of Reiki master teachers that I can refer to. In fact, Mike, Mr. No One AK, is a Reiki master teacher. I have close friends, Jay the Healer, John Houlihan, Healing with Nicole. They're both amazing Reiki master teachers. So three good friends that are within my circle are all coming up in my field of vision to mention if you're wanting to go further with Reiki or practice in an aligned setting with very skilled and effective Reiki teachers. I can give you some contact information. One thing that I'm going to tell you I've had to do significantly in some of the repair work with my primary quantum collaborative partner, Yael, is go over how the Reiki symbols were transmitted from teacher to student. And sometimes we have found them jammed in the body in a way that was transmitted too rapidly or inappropriately. So right now the Akashic is telling me that I'm being guided. I'm just being guided to mention that to you, that if you're feeling stalled out with Reiki, it might be because you are actually being called beyond it, or it is not the most expanded use of your time and talent, or there may have been a misalignment with whoever attuned you, is what I'm being asked to share. So that's what I'm going to offer about that. Again, not a modality that I work with myself. I have lots of resources I can share with you if you would like to practice or continue moving beyond that. As far as animal communication, the Akash wants me to mention that you are already doing it. And a big part in your process of rapid growth initiation and remembrance is going to be telling whatever voice is popping up in your head or in your field of awareness from time to time to hush up and that you've got this, and tell imposter syndrome to go. So you're already doing it. I communicate extensively with animals. I have not yet found one I can't communicate with. I'm going to recommend, if this is something new that you're practicing with, the modality that I used to practice, making sure I was in touch in a way that helped me see tangible results from the communication with animals, was Bradley Nelson's The Emotion Code. I still offer that. It's not listed on my formal offerings, but I do offer emotional release for companion animals. And I think that that's something that you could practice if you have pets. If you have, okay, your guidance in the Akash. And right now I'm seeing like one of your expanded selves. I'm no longer seeing the other lifetime that we were talking about, but I'm seeing you in like it's like a 7 to 8D higher self or expanded self version of you. What I'm being asked to remind of first is that cats, all felines, are spiritual initiates, and masters of this realm. So the reason cats don't listen to humans is because they are not here to listen to humans. They are here to move energy and are frequently assigned to specific localities to be working with the land or the energy frequency signatures of the land. And the land and the feline collective is asking me to remind you of that, and that cats have been subject to the forgetting as well. So sometimes the cats will forget what they're here to do and they will try to go hunt birds and mice. I mean, they do have to eat, but you will be able to tell quickly when you're presented with a cat who is remembering their role and their mission. Cats exist in all dimensions at once. Dogs do not. Dogs can see into the spiritual realm, but they are more they are existing more in the physical reality that we are in. Dogs see. Dogs are more physical protectors and companions. They are not functioning in the same way that cats are. Both are important to our they're wanting me to use the word symbiosis, and you can communicate with both and all. I have helped axolotls. I have communicated with other fish, pet fish, ferrets, horses, donkeys, snakes and lizards, and of course spiders as well. So like, it's not just limited to cats and dogs, but they're going to be who you communicate with the most and who you should be practicing on. And this is a real gift that you have. So continue to work with it, practice and refine it. Feels very aligned. While you are continuing to expand and refine this aspect of your gifts, I am to tell you that there are cats or feline energy that are going to be helping you access portals that you otherwise would not yet be able to fully open yourself. So that feels like what they wanted me to tell you about that. I'm seeing a white guinea pig with a little bit of like a reddish brown on it. I'm just feeling into what this is adding on. Okay, yes, you can communicate with guinea pigs and rats and other types of beings as well. It feels like your expanded self would like me to tell you that one of your children, if you have more than one of them in particular is very aligned, would be very aligned and benefit from connection with a pet guinea pig. So I'll offer that. Continue to refine and practice your animal communication gifts, your energy healing, like with Reiki. Pranic healing is coming up to mention as well as something that feels in alignment with your skill set. But you're already also a quantum healing practitioner. And that, to me, like what the Akasha is showing me, is actually, I believe, more your calling and level of initiatory path to really be in the quantum and doing this deep, expansive, exploratory, life-changing work. I feel like you have room to do all of them. So follow your heart, follow your joy, and do what feels good to you. But the quantum work feels quite aligned and important. So that is what they wanted me to say about that. Your Akashic chamber is the same beautiful color that we were talking about. It is kind of, as many do, it's often like shifting from kind of this beautiful color and the plasma feeling energy that I'm sensing into sort of it's almost psychedelic. It'll feel like I'm in the middle of a really like beautiful cut, like very finely, like gem quality cut crystal. And it's that same color. So let's see, flowing just organically. There is something coming up related to matrilineal ancestry or lineage. It is time to release. It is time to release some resentment and anger that has been very deeply suppressed and buried related to like the women of that line. So whether this is anything that you're conscious of or it's deeply suppressed within the body, gently going through the process of identifying and acknowledging this, even if it's not yours and it's simply landed in your body through being passed down generation to generation, it's time to look at that anger and resentment that is connected to your mother's lineage, whether it's consciously directed at anyone or it's something that everybody has just been feeling from generation to generation. Addressing the energetics and emotional component of the things that have been making you feel unwell that are being diagnosed by conventional means as ABC or XYZ is going to help the healing and integration process as well. So being really gentle with yourself. There is I'm not going to call it an ancestral chain. I am seeing it more as a thick woven rope, but it is coming through that side of the family. This isn't a clearing session and we've not worked together before. So what I'm going to offer is that I feel like you already have the skills, talent, and ability to do the work to clear this yourself. If you need help, you'd be welcome to reach out to me for a different type of a session. I'm seeing it going through multiple generations of your family and it anchoring in kind of on your left, like about at the waistline at the left. So one thing I teach people is to always fully pull any kind of cord, any kind of any kind of a cord, rope needs to be all the way pulled out. We do not cut and then leave a nub, because if you leave a nub energetically, stuff can reattach to that place very, very easily. It needs to be pulled all the way out and then apply healing from whichever realm you are called. It could be source light. It could be your own highest divine original source energy expression as light, or any combination of those, or, quantum light. And then you may be coming into a season of doing some deep ancestral healing work. I feel you and your sister are really called into this deep womb work of the matriarchy. So that's coming up prevalently for you. I am being asked to tell you by the loved ones that have developed in the Akashic Chamber that this stopped at your generation. It has not been passed on to your children if you have some, and I believe that you do. I don't believe it has gone beyond you are the cycle breaker. You're the lineage bearer. You are the healer of the line. So I offer that. I'm just going to kind of feel into What else would like to come through? What wants to be shared? If there's anybody present. Okay, they are, guidance is asking me to mention again, I was seeing like a higher self expanded version of you that I'm going to identify as being between 7 and 8D. You do have stepped down versions that are working in lower dimensional numbers. Lower doesn't mean bad. Higher doesn't necessarily mean good. We work with frequency bandwidth. It is important to continue to feel into what we know to be service-related work or service-related calling in what I'm going to call 6D. And these are just human names and numbers to assign some kind of place value so we can understand what we are talking about through these energetic transmissions. So working, making sure that you're in touch with the kind of service that you're being called into and doing the deep, deep work of alchemical rebirth and working with integrating aspects of self that can be brought into the wholeness of soul as well in some of these higher dimensional aspects. I'm seeing a kitten now. So we've had lots of water being energy. We had a guinea pig come in. Now we have more feline energy. A calico kitten may be present in your household or may be presenting herself over the next several months for a potential new animal companion. Very important to feel into this. If so, this would be a very important soul connection. And then grandmother energy is really prevalent within your Akashic chamber as well. I'm seeing some of the archetypal grandmothers, the weavers that I work with and have just sat down in a circle to drum and have a fire, and you are being sacredly invited into circle with them to remember who you already are, what you came to do. You've already remembered, you're continuing to remember, and now you will remember more. The Akash would like you to begin making sure that you're taking a little bit of time for yourself each day for consciousness exploration in whatever form you are able to facilitate and fit in on any given day. Maybe that's 10 minutes of journaling. Maybe that's a 40-minute walking meditation on a day that you're able to get a walk in. Maybe it's a salt bath and really connecting with the water, the consciousness of water, which is very important. Maybe it's beginning to collaborate. I'd be happy to collaborate with you somehow. Bells. So there's a need for attuning to, I'm just seeing a beautiful golden bell. You may already have it, or it may be one that you are being nudged to acquire. I'm seeing a need for clearing some like dense or a little bit heavier energy from areas of the home, just with a bell and with sound and working with your voice. This has been coming up off and on periodically for a lot of clients lately. Working with your voice, humming, toning, chanting, singing, even just talking to yourself, and doing so with the intention that you are vibrationally attuning whatever activations and codes, transmissions that are supposed to come through you in a beneficial and activating way to others. So bells, your own voice, trusting yourself, releasing any imposter syndrome, knowing that you already are the healer that you know yourself to be, and just being gentle with yourself as you navigate life's busyness into the remembrance of the fullness that you already are. So I'm just scanning one more time. Like white willow bark. The last thing they want me to mention is feeling into and doing some research on white willow bark. So with that, I'm going to open my eyes. We thank everybody who participated in this mini Akashic session today. Thank you to the client who reached out to me to do this. All of the guidance. And now I'm just going to state very clearly that we thank the mother, the Akasha, as the primary substance for allowing us to gain this insight and clarity. And we are officially shifting our focus out of the oneness of the weaving of the Akashic records back into, I'm coming back fully into this now and this here, and I'm not looking at any individual Akashic record. And just wanted to thank you guys for coming. I think tonight is feeling most aligned for me to call it about right here. I'm not feeling guided to really share any sort of a collective transmission, though I may tomorrow. I did want to mention that this week, these mini Akashic sessions via Livestream have been on a little bit of a promotion. I do have 1 or 2 spots available tomorrow, and then they're going to go back to their regular rate of $35. So if you want to connect for a mini live Akashic reading tomorrow, go ahead and email me to reserve that. sarah.descending@proton.me. I am also running, I posted on Twitter and maybe on Facebook and Instagram that I am offering tomorrow and Sunday only a couple of intuitive conversation and light energy clearing sessions at $125 off regular exchange. This is, as all of my promos are, it's very limited and only lasts for a day or two, as that is the structure that I've had to adopt for any kind of a promotional rate. If you would like to work with me, I would love to connect with you for that. And then you can look at pinned post on my main Twitter account about the foundational, like how to work with me via multi-session containers, joining my membership to get 25 to about 55% off all single sessions. And then there are single session rates available as well. So I would love to work with you. Thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you for being here. And we will connect again tomorrow at about the same time on both Twitter and YouTube. Have a wonderful rest of the evening.